For college football players, making the transition to the NFL is tough enough. But when you throw in a position switch on top of that, well, that can be extra difficult. But thankfully, in the case of former Navy quarterback Keenan Reynolds, well, he's never been one to shy away from a challenge. And he's getting some help at these East-West Shrine Game practices from a Buccaneer all-time great and Mike Allstott. So I caught up with Reynolds after practice today to find out how that transition is going. And not just that, but how he plans to balance serving his country along with keeping his NFL dream alive. I'm sure you've had to make so many adjustments as of late, going from playing quarterback to going out there and playing a whole new position. What's that adjustment been like for you?
It's definitely different. The footwork, the reads, being deeper in the backfield than being right up on the line. I got to be a little bit more patient as a runner. Fortunately, you got Coach Allstott who's kind of walking me through the process. I feel like a little baby out there. They're running back, and there's great running backs around me. So just watch what they do. It's just an awesome experience. I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, and not just that, but going from running a triple option offense to going out and operating in more of a pro-style system, that's also got to be quite an adjustment too.
It is, but football's still football. So, once you figure out what you're doing, you can play full speed and just play ball, do what we've been doing since a lot of us, were 5 years old.
What's it like working with Mike Allstott, a guy who was such a bruising runner and he was just so tough to bring down? What's it been like working with him?
It's been awesome. I mean, it's an NFL legend, Hall of Famer.
Very popular in this neck of the woods, too.
Yes, that's what I've been told. Legend in Tampa. To learn, I'm trying to soak up as much as I can from him and just take it with me and put it in my repertoire and go forward.
You had such a unique experience at Navy that's so much different than a lot of these other guys had in college. What was the biggest lesson that you were able to take from that whole experience, not just as a football player, but as a student there too?
Just overcoming adversity. I mean, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You got to move on. You got to move forward. You got to keep fighting. Things aren't always going to go your way, but you got to keep going. You can't just give up because, things didn't go your way once or twice.
And in your case, because, I looked at your course schedule and everything, and it's quite different than the traditional college athlete. If football doesn't work out, what's in store for you? What are you planning on doing?
Well, with or without football, I'll be serving in the Navy. It's what I've had to do for the last 4 years, so if I'm fortunate to be able to play, service will be the number one deal, and I'll find a way to balance. Joe Cardone's a perfect example of someone who's been able to balance the commitment and keep the commitment as the main thing, which it is, and then also be able to go out and be successful on Sundays. So I look at him, I ask him a lot of questions, but we just have to see what happens. But like I said, my number one priority: finishing school, graduating, and receiving my commission to go serve.
So you're playing at a game like this, but regardless, will you go automatically and serve your 4 years and then come back and play in the NFL, or how does that work in your situation?
It's case by case, so I can't really speak on it. That's something that people that make a whole lot more money than me have to make the decision on, and whatever they decide, I'm cool with. I'm happy either way, so I'm just out here having fun while I can.
I know that a lot of people are talking about the Heisman snub too. I'm sure you've put it behind you, but a lot of people talked about it because you had so many of those votes and everything there. Was it something that in a way did put a chip on your shoulder?
I've always had a chip, but it is what it is. I'm just blessed to be finishing fifth. That's pretty awesome. That's something they can't take away from me.
Well, not just that, but you're a real role model too. You're serving your country. You've committed to serving your country, and you're playing college football at the highest level. It doesn't get any better than that. And I know you actually had at least one kid I know of that came out here yesterday and was so thrilled to meet you.
Yeah, having all that is truly a blessing. I'm just trying to, be a light, be a model for those that, want to take the same path.
And also, too, maybe other student athletes that choose to go to a service academy and see, hey, you know what, I can live my dreams and serve my country at the same time. I can live two dreams, one dream doesn't necessarily have to die.
Yeah, just opportunities are endless when you go to Naval Academy, and the things you can do outside of football are just beyond comparison to any other school.
Now, Reynolds' next move isn't exactly so certain. He's still weighing his options, but I think most would agree whether he chooses to go on to playing as a pro and delay his service to his country or vice versa, he's going to be successful no matter what. Reporting from the East-West Shrine Game practices in St. Petersburg, I'm Jenna Laine.